Hi, everyone. I have the Akashic Records of Archangel Michael opened. And I'm looking at this is a piece that I bought when I was in Peru, in Cusco. Um, you know, so when I opened up the records of Archangel Michael, what I heard was that we should talk about power and the sword. And, most of the pictures that I've seen of Archangel Michael, they're sort of, I don't want to say ferocious, but, he's wielding this sword, right? And, I grew up in a household where my parents would yield a sword called a racetrack that they would use to punish us. And a lot of children did, because our parents in my generation especially were raised to punish that way. And so anytime when I see somebody with something like that, like a sword or whatever, it's almost like I don't want to say a recoil, but it's sort of that sense. Like, I wouldn't want something like that to be a focus on my altar, which is a place that I take time to commune with more of who I am that I can't see, right? So, or meditate, however you want to call that, calm your mind. So anyway, I thought I really liked this picture of him, or it's angelic, right? Because it's archangel. But you see, the sword isn't the big focus, and the sword is part of a light, like the sun ray, the light ray. So I really liked this acrylic, and it's raised. The pieces here are a little raised. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. So it's on my altar. And so he was saying that he wanted to talk about power. So what do you want us to know about power? We innately have power. And when we call on Archangel Michael to do things for us on our behalf, we're engaging a part of us. And so he's coming through us to work as us to protect us. So I'm sort of hearing that you don't need protection, but there is this huge belief in protection. And so if you're going to put your faith and energy into an energy that will act as protecting of you, then Archangel Michael is a beautiful connection to do that. And he's saying that if you know about Archangel Michael, you know about how he will cut the energetic cords. That's what he uses the sword for, is to cut the energetic cords between people. You don't need to necessarily do that. It's just like you could also just release people with love. Just give them love and just, let them be on their way. I saw this description one time that I thought was really beautiful. It's like you imagine them on a cloud, and then they just kind of float out of your experience into their own space of beauty and wonder. He said right now on your planet, a lot of people are calling on him, calling back, helping them call back their power and their innate knowing of how powerful they are. And that everyone is entitled to their choices and owning their choices in being here and understanding the archangels and the energies that they're connected to and that are always supporting them. Connecting through your body to them is the most powerful way of being in your body with your auric field or your energy fields expanded, like wings, like an angel, is a very, very powerful place to be. So he really wants to talk about power and the use of power and personal power. And how you ultimately always have freedom, because freedom is an essence of who you are. And it's a lot of these things are based on your thoughts and where you attach your thoughts to. And he keeps using the example of Nelson Mandela, who was imprisoned and then left prison. And he said if he carried hate in his heart, he would always have that connection. And that was about him and not the people that held him in captive, right? So his freedom, he was able to create freedom for himself. And a lot of freedom for himself when he was actually imprisoned. So that's a very powerful thing to think about as well. What else do we need to know about power? Power is not a force. It's really not the sword. It's energy. And it's how you use your energy. And when you use it from a place of love and connection, that's the most powerful energy that you can experience. And you have that capability every day. That's cool. And he's saying anytime that you don't think you have that power, call on him and call on the other angels. And they will give you what you need. He's saying even if it's a hug or just a lift up. That's cool. All right, blessings and love to you. I'll leave you with Archangel Michael. Let me know if you have things you'd like to open up the Akashic Records of and what questions you have. Blessings and love.